right, so here at the 3 o'clock position on Metalopolis, we have Complexity MVP Dream spawning as our red Terran player. His opponent at the 9 o'clock position is the one and only Dignitas Bischu. He is our yellow Protoss. We were reading up a little information about Dream. I knew he'd been a Code A mainstay for a while. What I did not realize is that he's 15 years old.
It's insane.
He and Leonok, man.
Yeah, it's the next generation wave.
Yes.
It's the next wave of pro gamers, absolutely.
He
The
is
tip of the wave.
15. That's staggering.
Yeah,
And
they are the tip of the wave, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with you.
They're so young, they're so talented. Wait till they're 18.
Yep.
19.
Yeah. I wonder if this guy lives in the MVP house, if he is already inducted, he is doing his schooling while he's living inside of the house, something like that. But, because I always wonder how the super young pro gamers are able to balance, lives with school. Because it's not like pro gaming, we're obviously trying to turn into a lucrative career where people can actually earn decent livings. But as it sits right now, it's very hard, even in like a Korean culture, to just be able to say, yes, I'm going to be able to commit to this at this young age when I still have a ton of school ahead of me and stuff like that. So,
oh, and we do have a 13 gas going down immediately for Dream.
Yep. So
on Metalopolis here.
It is, of course. This is, of course, a lot harder map to pull off a gasless FE. You're almost required to build the command center inside of your base because of just how much space you have to defend. One bunker does not cut it. Once you start adding 2 or 3 bunkers, it becomes a lot more significant investment in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And, if a Protoss player sees you going for the gasless FE, he can just 4-gate right off the bat and work his way into the corner and just absolutely snipe SCVs and make your life so difficult. 2-raxing or, doing some sort of other build, opening with like a Banshee or something like that is definitely much more common on this map and much more effective.
All right, and it looks like Bischu going to run away with that probe. He has seen everything he needs to. He did pick up on the gas and saw that it was going to be a, I hesitate to call it tech intensive. What I really want to call it is, well, maybe. I don't know. He's saving up quite a bit of gas right now, actually.
Yeah, he is.
Maybe 111 incoming. We'll find out in a bit here.
He's definitely going to grab a factory here.
There's the 150, there's the 100, and there's the factory. And
like
he's
gonna
burying
Banshees,
it.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, because he wants to close that distance down as much as is humanly possible. So the starport will immediately land on the factory, and then there's the shortest fly distance, I suppose, from the starport to his opponent's base.
Exactly. And by the time Cloak finishes, if he decides to go for Cloak, his Banshee will already be there in the mineral line.
And he does have second gas coming up, so it's going to offer him a lot of flexibility. Either he moves into, 111 Marine Tank Banshee, or if he bypasses tanks altogether.
Like that's what it's going to be.
Yes, yep, there's the reactor coming down.
So I think we are going to have a 111 here indeed. And we'll just have to see how he decides to open with it. He did spend a little bit of that gas on the reactor there for that Rax. So his Cloak and his Banshee are just going to be a little bit delayed, but that's okay. The added Marine production is essential. And, whoa, did we get a Nexus drop there and canceled?
It looks like it was. He was off by a Hex. So that's 100 resources down the drain there for Bischu.
Indeed.
Not what you want to do, especially when you're staring down a 111. Now, his response looks like it's pretty good. You want a high sentry count. You want to be able to move into a robo after a couple of gateways. The expansion is fine. People are able to hold it off with that. It's still no easy task, though. And Dream is going to produce a ton of units.
Yeah, he certainly is.
And it's
actually making Hellions.
So Marine, Hellion, and Cloaked Banshee?
Or maybe a Medevac.
Question mark? You are correct.
I don't understand what the 2 gas is for.
Yeah, same thing I thought.
Doesn't make any sense.
As he is going to have, he's going to be floating a little bit. Maybe he switches over into Marines. I'm sorry, into Siege Tanks here in just a sec. I actually don't know. I'm just hazarding guesses now.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
He's going to pull a ton of gas, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yes. A
ton.
And okay, I was wondering if he was building another structure up there, second port or something. Nope, that's just another supply depot. Getting inside of the minds of a 15-year-old pro gamer here, and it is a tech lab. It looks like he's just going to open with a Hellion drop first.
Double tech labs and an extra Rax coming right now, so he will use that extra gas eventually.
Yeah,
just not yet.
He's going to allow Bischu to actually establish some sort of a semblance of infrastructure.
And he's also going to allow Bischu to contain for a little bit here.
Yes.
interestingly enough.
And that's a Raven coming up right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow, and it looks like Bischu
Dream's in trouble here.
Doesn't just want to contain, he wants to push through. Supply Depot goes down, and units are starting to walk through and eliminate those Marines.
Uh-oh, this is troublesome for Dream. He's going to lose a lot of units here. He is taking down those sentries, but that's quite a few stalkers. He needs a siege tank immediately, and a Raven is not going to help him out in this situation at all. There goes the Hellion drop, but it gets blocked. Oh, and he makes a little bit of a misstep there.
Yeah,
he's unable to
certainly.
get those Hellions into the main.
And
oh, no.
Oh, boy. This is actually a disaster for Dream right now. It's just a really weird way to go about this build, and he is going to lose yet more workers as... Oh, the Raven could go down right away as well, and that's a 300 resource investment. The Hellions did start to make their way through. How many workers killed? It's about even for both players, but of course, with the extra base, Bischu is going to come out well ahead here.
Yeah, absolutely. He does have that second Nexus and double Chrono Boost, so he's in a great spot right now.
Yes, definitely. And the Stalker is eventually going to bite the dust, but not before it picks off another SCV or two. Are there any other weakened ones? Well, the one that's actually right behind him is. He could pick that off as he makes his way away, because he is faster than those SCVs.
All right, now we have Dream in full recovery mode here. He is in a lot of trouble. He cannot lose that medevac or those Hellions. They're so important right now. Oh, he only has one Hellion left, so Dream already in a terrible spot right here.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going into round 2 now, as he added a third Rax. He has Banshees and he has Siege Tanks popping out, but I'm just afraid that this is going to hit too late now, as Bischu does have a Robo up and running, and could very quickly move into Immortal production as well.
Well, round 2 is really his only option.
Yep,
I
agree.
That's,
Pull SCVs
all
and
he
go.
can really do.
All right.
That's it.
Let's see how many SCVs he pulls off the line, because my guess is it's going to have to be a lot.
He should repair that Raven as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's actually going to be pretty critical as he moves along. Needs to get away with that Stalker. No! Okay, it does go down. Yes. All right, Banshee out now. He's got one Siege Tank. Siege Tank number 2 being reinforced, and it's getting close to go time.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have too much more time to waste.
I totally agree. Is he going to get siege mode, or is he just going to go with tanks and pung mode? It looks like no siege mode is what he is elected.
And 3 more gates coming up for Bischu now. And his economy looks great. 37 workers to his opponent's 15. So we're only worried about proportions here and not actually how many are on the field. And that Raven does get repaired a little bit. He decides at the last second, no. You'll just keep the rest of this damage.
As long as you can take a few Stalker hits. That's all I need from you. Just drop your PDD and you're done.
You will be sacrificed for the greater good.
Yeah.
And
I don't know about this decision.
And Dream, he's moving in with the Banshee now, and doesn't even get 1 kill, and that Banshee may very well go down.
Yeah, I don't know what he was expecting there. He can't lose any of those high-value units right now. He just can't afford it.
And he's moving out with his Raven and Medevac. Little tag team there. And Siege Tanks making their way out now, and it looks like Siege Mode is going to be done. This is a pretty healthy amount of Marines, but dear God!
That is a lot of units from
Yes,
Bischu.
it is. Yes, it is.
He has more than enough to clean this up.
All right, well,
Dream is in so much trouble here.
There's the Guardian Shield. The
and he's just gonna
doing
barrel
its
through
damage,
it.
But yes. Oh boy, PDD
I don't
mitigated
care
some of the
about
damage,
PDD.
but it just didn't really matter. And he was able to move in just before Siege Mode finished up. Pretty good pickup with the Medevac, but if that goes down, oh god, down to just 20 points of health. The last Siege Tank is going to fall, so are those Marines, and there's really not a lot here to defend for Dream.
No, there really isn't a whole lot.
And Bischu going to get out of the range of that Siege Tank very quickly. He does have this forward pylon, so he can continue to warp in a second.
Oh, this is like a snowball effect of catastrophic events for Dream. This is one of the worst games I've seen. He is in so much trouble.
It's just unfortunate.
It's just unfortunate that he attacked at that very specific time right there.
Exactly. And
I saw what Dream was doing. I saw where he was going with this.
The idea of the Hellion drop and then the follow-up when your opponent thinks you're just doing economic damage to get by or something like that, I can buy that. That's decent decision-making. But the execution and the unfortunate timing of Bischu deciding to move up and just wreck his front door.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Is right. And the rest of the Marines are going to fall. The tanks are sieging up, and it looks like those Stalkers are going to have to move away for just a second, but they've really done most of the damage they need to. Now they move up at just the time when the tanks did unsiege.
Oh, God.
Yes, it really just turned into an unfortunate series of events for Dream.
Absolutely. I mean, he just keeps getting caught here with timings.
Yes.
And things could not be going any worse for him if he tried. There we go. He gets a few stalkers right there.
Huzzah!
Very, very needed kills. Oh, wow. And Bischu actually runs in once again.
Yeah, Bischu.
But he has so many gateways.
And he's got a sizable force back at home, too.
And look at his income.
Yep. And Bischu reminding me a little bit of Thorzane right now. Just knows he's ahead, and he's just going to keep on chugging for at least a little while. Dream's almost mined down to 1 base, and I don't know. I guess Dream just, it's just a tug-of-war battle in his mind. I can't attack, but yet there's not enough minerals here for me to sit on my base.
Yeah. And he's sending in a Banshee once again to the main this time. And here come a bunch of stalkers, I'm sure.
Yeah, they'll turn around in just a second, and it looks like Bischu's going to shift some forces up here in just a minute. There they are. Okay. Well, the Banshee is going to get some kills. Has justified the cost of that 1 Banshee, but the problem is that economic damage doesn't really mean anything right now.
No, it really doesn't.
I mean, if he gets away with no damage suffered, sure, cool, awesome, well done. But
you're going to have to flat out kill him.
Yeah, it's not like he's ever going to catch up in workers.
No, absolutely not. He has to flat out kill Bischu in the next 5 minutes here.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's down by about 50% supply.
And it looks like a few more workers are going to go down. Where did Bischu put those stalkers? In perfect position to trap the Banshee.
Yeah.
And it dies.
All right, well, another Banshee goes down for Dream, so he's in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, certainly. And this is just one of those games that's gone on a little bit longer than you would expect it to, but it looks like Bischu's finally going to move out and make the kill here in a bit.
I think that's exactly what he's going to do.
Banshee versus Stalker. Who will win? Banshee actually usually wins in this circumstance by Stalker. Not a lot of damage suffered on the Banshee, and Bischu just waiting until charge is finished, I assume, to make his move. And actually pulling those units aside to intercept the Banshee as it makes its way down.
Yeah. And if he loses another Banshee, that's almost, irrecoverable.
Yes.
Charge is going to finish here right before the eventual push with these siege tanks. And that's just going to make the siege tanks so much less effective. Charge lots are great against tanks, especially with low marine cover.
Yeah. And we do have another Banshee, another Colossus coming out right now after charge had finished. As I assume Dream, there's the pull of the SEVs. I figure he was going to move down to the natural, which indeed he is. Mine out 1 base, swarm, mine out another base, swarm. But unfortunately, he's still backed by 60 supply. 25 of that is in workers at the moment, but that's not enough to make up for the gigantic disparity in army.
Oh my goodness.
No forge down, though, yet, curiously enough.
Supplies 155 to 88 right now.
Yes.
Oh, dear God. And he's still not pressuring, and he's sending in another Banshee here. Go get that Colossus.
Yes.
You can't shoot up.
Banshee's going to go ahead and pick up a couple more probes here in just a second. Bischu, I promise you, will move out in a bit. I would be shocked if he waited until he was completely maxed. But it looks like a Stalker's going to get over there. See, another base is up. And I wonder if he realizes that this isn't just another base. That's actually his main. Sending out 12 SCVs to go ahead and repair of the Banshee. And, bye-bye, Stalker.
I wonder what Bischu's thinking right now.
Yeah, I kind of wonder as well. I would think he would have tried to poke
head.
and prod here. A little bit.
And there goes the Observer heading towards the main.
Sees the army. He does have Thermal Lance.
Oh, man, he could just A-move that.
Yep. Well, he'll realize that in a bit here. Are there any upgrades for... Nope, no combat shield, no stim, only siege mode, no weapons upgrades. There's the Banshee now, and the Stalkers don't quite get a shot off on it. And looks like Dream is going to start moving up slowly but surely. Blink is on the way, along with another Colossus finishing up.
And those Colossus are just going to be able to pick him apart and force him to move ever so slowly.
You are right, though. Those Colossi are going to be able to basically A-move into a bunch of unupgraded, unstimmed Marines. And it looks like Dream is going to go for it. Stims up. Here come the charge lots.
It's not going to end well.
Already on the siege tanks. That did not take long. And the Colossi sitting at the back just ripping their way through the siege tanks. And that is all. Dream GG's, and Dignitas goes up 3-2.
是上将。